watch you know. Today we are going to have a special treat. We're going to check out the Hamilton Jazzmaster Maestro. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Hey everyone, we're going to talk about the Hamilton Jazzmaster Maestro small seconds, the design, the overall build quality, and what this watch has to offer. Let's go right through it. First thing that we notice on any watch is the dial. This dial is in gunmetal gray. It is 40 millimeter in diameter of the watch. On the dial, we have applied indices, so you can see 12. Let's get a close-up on that 12, and you can see how it is applied right there with precision. And then we have a calendar date on the watch, and there is the small seconds. Right. It uses a sapphire glass, and it is supposed to be anti-reflective, but we're getting a lot of reflections in this light. Maybe that's because these are pretty ultra powerful lights here. So I'll try to take out this glare as best I can. So I don't think I missed anything on the front of the watch. Now let's go to the side. We have a signed crown. And also we can see it's a really thin watch at 11 millimeters high. Around the back of the watch, we learn a lot. They tell us on the back of the watch that it's water resistant to 5 bar, which means 50 meters rather. 50 meters. It is stainless steel, and then they give us, turn it around here so we're not looking at it upside down, then they give us the movement number. We'll talk about the movement in a second. That's the 2895-2, and it's sapphire crystal, Swiss made. Nowadays, Hamiltons are made in Switzerland. And then it gives it the model number, which is H425150. That's the reference number of the watch. We see on the rotor that Hamilton is written on the rotor, and it says 27 joules. Let's get a good shot of that. And sometimes when we flip the watch around here, we can see, yeah, there's a good shot. All right, the movement. This is a really good movement, and it is the ETA 2895-2. As we said, it's a 27 joule automatic movement, and it's 25.6 millimeters in diameter. The balance wheel oscillates at 28,800 semi-oscillations per hour, and we have a 42-hour power reserve on this watch. The ETA 2890 family, which this movement is part of. It's a series of slim and robust automatic watch movements produced by ETA since 1975. They are generally regarded as superior to the similar ETA 2800 family. Caliber 2890 and its successors are based on an Eterna design with ball bearings on the rotor and a smaller balance wheel in the modern style. The 2890 family remains one of the leading watch movements to this day. The last thing we'll talk about in our overview of the watch is the leather strap, which is very nice. We see Hamilton inscribed on this side. You see it's 20 millimeter width for the band, and on the other side it's, oh, that's upside down, that's no good. There we go. It's handcrafted leather, and it really is a nice quality of leather on that band. So there we go. Let's get like a top-down view of the watch. And there it is. Right near the box that you get in Mr. 8-Ball. Great. Wanted to give you an idea of what the watch looked like outside. Sometimes when we see a watch inside and then take it outside, it looks very different. You can, I don't know if you noticed, but out here we see it appears to be just a little bit lighter than it looked like when we were inside. It's very comfortable on the wrist, and a lot of that is due to that really high quality band. See if we go in the sun, if it changes characteristics. There we are. We're going to take a look at the Jazzmaster series of watches. As you can see, the watch that we're talking about today is also offered on a bracelet. The next watch we're going to check out briefly here is this Phase 2 limited edition bizarre watch, which allows you to view two different time zones by flipping the watch over. So it has two sides. There are 207 different options for the Jazzmaster collection. And the last one that we're going to see here is one of my favorites, and that is the skeleton automatic Jazzmaster. The Hamilton Watch Company was founded in Lancaster, Pennsylvania in 1892. During the first half of the 20th century, the company was quite successful. However, for all of its success, few of its watches saw use by members of the public. This was because after its founding, the brand was focused on specialized pocket watches for railroad timing. The Broadway Limited saw widespread rail usage during this era. Accurate timing for trains was just as important then as now, and Hamilton really was a major supplier to American railways. Can you imagine two trains colliding because of poor, inaccurate timing? Well, that did happen before Hamilton came to save the day. Interestingly, Hamilton has had his hand in sports as well. In 1928, after the Yankees won the World Series, the Hamilton Watch Company announced the Yankee Watch, establishing it as a pioneer in watch design. The brand helped America keep up with the energy of a new lifestyle. Cutting-edge Hamilton designs, including the Yankee and the piping rock, symbolized the independent spirit of the day. During World War II, Hamilton stopped producing watches for consumers and began developing new timepieces exclusively for military purposes. Nearly 1 million Hamilton military watches have already been manufactured. Today, the Hamilton Hack is a favorite item among watch and military collectors alike. Hamilton has been a leader in watch technology since the 1950s. The first battery-operated wristwatch was the Hamilton Ventura in 1965, which sent ripples across the watchmaking industry and gave way to more advanced capabilities. This watch was made famous when Elvis wore the watch for his movie Blue Hawaii. In 1957, Hamilton broke barriers by creating the first electric watch. And in the 70s, the company created the original digital wristwatch, the Pulsar. Fast forward to 2003, Hamilton transferred its headquarters and production facilities to Biel, Switzerland. The move allowed the brand to add ultimate quality mark Swiss made to each watch produced in its new location. In 2011, the brand started developing its own personalized automatic calibers H21 and H31. Today, Hamilton's top collections feature the American Classics line and the Khaki line, which are both updated versions of the famous military timepieces of its illustrious and prominent history in the world of horology. Give you my opinion on the Hamilton Maestro Small Seconds Jazzmaster watch. I'll give you 3 things I like and 3 things that I don't like about the watch. So here's my top likes about the watch. 1, it is a Hamilton. So when you buy this watch, you get the name recognition, you get the quality that you know you're going to get from buying a Hamilton. You have the history of the watch, which is important to a lot of people, the heritage. So that's why buying the watch could be advantageous, because it's a Hamilton. The second thing I like is that it's slim and elegant. I love the look of this watch. I love the small seconds. And in this example, I think the color is nice, like the gunmetal gray. The third thing that I like about this watch is the movement. The movement is fantastic. This movement is reliable, and it's something that you know will work for generations to come. All right, now the 3 things that I don't like about this watch. 1, I think it's hard to tell time when it gets dark. At night or even at dusk, it becomes difficult to see the time. You may feel differently, but I just think it's a little bit challenging, and there's no hope of seeing where the seconds are on that small seconds dial. The second thing that I don't like about the watch is the supposed anti-reflective coating on this watch. Now, I can't get a definitive answer on whether this has anti-reflective coating. I've tried to call Hamilton several times and I can't get a hold of them. Some sources say it does, some sources say it doesn't, or they just leave it out. So if it does have anti-reflective coating, then it flat out is awful. It's not a good anti-reflective coating because there's glare all the time. And if it doesn't have anti-reflective coating, then it should. Especially for the price of this watch, which is the third thing that I don't like about the watch. the watch retail goes for about $1,250. And I paid, because I got an open box item, a very, very good price of $450. So if you can grab the watch for some price like that, then yeah, it's a great value. But to me, for $1,200, it's just not worth it. So that's the opinion that I have on this Hamilton Jazzmaster watch. Please, in the comments below, let me know how you feel, whether you like the watch, you don't like it, and also tell me if it does have an anti-reflective coating on the watch. I seem not to be able to find out. So thank you, and that's my opinion. Hey, thanks for watching that video on the Hamilton Jazzmaster Maestro. Please go ahead and give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time. Bye.